Greetings, future rockstars. Today we will be continuing our Physics Ignition series, and we will be treating the topic projectile. Greetings, future rockstars, and welcome to Josh White's Academy, where we fuel your success with experience-backed strategies and science-based tutorials. If you are new to this channel, I am your host, Josh White, and it's my mission to help you crush high school with confidence and clarity. So please do well to consider subscribing, turn on the notification. Let's get started. So in this class today, we will be dividing the lesson into 3 sections. In the first section, we will talk about the concept of projectile. Secondly, we will be listing the formulas in projectile. And lastly, we will be crushing UTME questions. Come with me. So, projectile is a subtopic under kinematics where we study the motion of a body along a parabolic path. Let's say, for instance, a stone is projected. The stone goes up and then returns back to the ground. So these are our vertical axis and our horizontal. So there are things that are very important for you to take note in projectile. So imagine me picking a stone and throwing a stone, or shooting a catapult, or throwing a javelin. They follow this path. We call it a parabolic path, like that of a parabola. So there are important things to take note. The first one is the time it takes for the projectile to reach the maximum height. That time is called small t. The time to reach the maximum height. Secondly, we have the time of flight for the projectile to leave the ground to the maximum height and back to the ground. It is capital T. It is times 2 of the small t, because of the small t is around the center of the parabolic path. So capital T is times 2 of small t. And thirdly, we have the maximum height. This is our maximum height. The maximum height the projectile reached before returning back to the earth. And lastly, we have our range, which is the horizontal distance covered by the projectile. So it means how far the thing thrown was able to cover, whereas maximum height talks about how high it was able to reach. So this is our what? Our range. Whereas this is our height. So now, let me tell you about the formulas in projectile. The first formula in projectile is our small t, which is the time it takes to reach the maximum height. Is u sine theta divided by g. Time to reach the maximum height, u is our initial velocity, which is our velocity. Our theta is the angle subtended to the horizontal. Then g is our acceleration due to gravity. The next formula is t, capital T. I told you the time of flight is times 2 of the time to reach a maximum height, which is equals to 2u sine theta over g. Multiplying 2 to this formula is to give me 2u sine theta over g. The third formula is our maximum height. That's this. Our maximum height is u squared sine square theta all over 2g. Then we have our range, our horizontal distance covered. Our range is equals to u square sine 2 theta over g. And lastly, you may be given a question, or you may be asked, at what angle will a projectile be set to provide or achieve a maximum range? So, maximum range occurs when our angle is at 45 degrees. And if that happens, 45 times 2 will give you 90. Sine 90 is 1. U squared times 1 will give you u squared over g. So at maximum range, the formula is u squared over g. So you will notice people playing shot put or javelin, they set their arrow in a position to aim for maximum range. That is approximately 45. So, future rockstars, can we go and crush UTME? Questions? Come with me. Let's see this first question. An object is projected with velocity of 80 meters per second at an angle of 30 degrees to the horizontal. The maximum height reached is... So now, we were given our angle as 30, we are meant to find maximum height. So our data, our angle, our theta is 30 degrees. Our initial velocity, our velocity is 80 meters per second. We are being asked to find maximum height. So, our formula for maximum height. Maximum height is equals to u square sine square theta all over 2g. So, now let's substitute. U is 80. That's 80 square sine square 30 all over 2. Our g, even though you are not being told, if you are not being told, just know it. 10. So 80 square is 1600. So now please take note. Most students confuse at this junction. Sine square theta means find sine theta, then square your answer. For instance, sine 30 is 0.5. Now 0.5 square will give you the answer here, which is 0.25. Multiply by 0.25, divide by 2 times 10 is 20. So punch all this in your calculator and your answer will give you 20 meters. So that's just it. The next question. So the next question. A projectile is fired from the ground level with a velocity of 300 meters per second at an angle of 30 degrees to the horizontal. Calculate the time taken to reach the maximum height. So from this question, we are finding our small t. That's the time to reach the maximum height. We are given velocity. We are given gravity. So our data, u is equals to 300 meters per second. Our g is equals to 10 meters per second square. Our theta is 30 degrees and we are being asked to find small t. And small t times to reach the maximum height is u sine theta divided by g. So let's put our data into our equation. U is 300 sine theta is 30 divided by 10, which is our gravity. So 0 cancels 0. 30 times sine 30 is 0.5, which is equals to 15 seconds. So our answer is 15 seconds. So please take note, for Jamb, in the calculator setup, there is nothing like sine, cos, And that's the reason why most times Jamb restrict themselves to important, or I call them special angles, like 30, 60 or 45. So it's expedient you master these ones. For instance, sine 30 is 0.5, similar to cos 60, which is also 0.5. And sine 60 is similar to cos 30, which is 0.866. So it's very important you master this. So let's move to the next question. Okay, the next question. A tennis ball is projected with a velocity of 3 meters per second at an angle of 60 degrees to the vertical. Calculate the time of flight in seconds. Take G as 9.8 meters per second squared. Remember I said to you, if you are given G as 9.8, please do not use 10. So now, from this question, I bet you many students will fail this question because of something that your eyes may not see. That's why understanding a question is the most important part of that question. So let's analyze the question together. Look at this question. The tennis ball is projected with a velocity of 3 meters per second at an angle of 60 degrees to the vertical. Please take note, in our diagram of projection, of projectile, the angle is always to the horizontal. So if they say it's projected at an angle of 60 to the vertical, that means to the vertical is 60. If to the vertical is 60, then what will be? So this is perpendicular. This is angle 90. So if this is 60, here would then be what? 90 minus 60. That means 30 degrees. That means we are meant to use our angle of 30 degrees, but I bet you many students will use 60 degrees. And do you know something? You will see an option waiting for you. So please take note. The angle is always to the horizontal, not the vertical. So if they give you the angle to the vertical, either use a cos or subtract that degree you have been given from 90. It will give you to the horizontal, as I have explained in this diagram. So now, our velocity is 3 meters per second. Our angle to the horizontal is what? 30 degrees, not 60 degrees. And we have been asked to find time of flight. Please take note, time of flight is different from time to reach a maximum height. Time to reach a maximum height is a small t, which is half of the time of flight. So time of flight is a capital T. So what's the formula for capital T? Is times 2 of the small t, or simply 2u sine theta over g. So let's substitute our data into our formula. 2, our u is what? 3. Sine theta, our theta is 30 all over 10. This will give us 6 sine 30 divided by 10. Sine 30 is 0.5. So 0.5 times 6 will give you 3 over 10, which will give you a what? 0.3 seconds. So our answer is what? C. You see it? So please always take note to check if the angle you are being given is to the horizontal. If it is to the horizontal, use it that way. Or if it is to the vertical, convert it to the horizontal by subtracting it from 90. So let's take the last question. And now, finally, a shooter wants to fire a bullet in such a way that its horizontal range is equal to 3 times its maximum height. At what angle should he fire the bullet to achieve this? So now, please take note. In this question is a little bit different from the one we've been solving previously. In this question, we are looking for the angle at which this shooter will fire the bullet that will provide a horizontal range that will be 3 times the maximum height. That means the shooter wants the range to be 3 times the maximum height. You see this? So now, what's the formula for range? U square sine 2 theta over G. What's the formula for maximum height? 3 times maximum height. The maximum height is U square sine square theta all over 2G. You see it? So now, to reduce all this, we can just cross multiply. So 2G times this will give us a 2G U square sine 2 theta is equals to 3G U square sine square theta. So from here, we can just easily cancel out to reduce all this. G can cancel G. U square can cancel U square. So all that is left is 2 sine 2 theta is equals to 3 sine square theta. For you to be able to solve this question appropriately, you need to understand a rule in trigonometry which says that sine 2 theta is equals to 2 sine theta cos theta. That means this sine 2 theta, we will replace it with 2 sine theta cos theta. So 2 open bracket, instead of sine 2 theta, we will put 2 sine theta cos theta is equals to 3 sine square theta. Please take note, sine square theta means sine theta times sine theta. So sine theta here will cancel one of the sine theta. So this is 4, 2 times 2, 4 cos theta is equal to 3 sine theta, because one of the sine theta has gone. So from this point, we will divide both sides by cos theta. So 4 is equal to 3 sine theta over cos theta. We can divide both sides by 3, and this 3 will come here for the want of space. So here it will be like this. Sine theta over cos theta is the same thing as tan theta is equal to 4 over 3 is 1.33. So we are looking for theta. So the tan inverse of 1.33 will give us our theta, and tan inverse of 1.33 will give us 53 degrees approximately, which is this answer. So please don't allow this to scare you. I sincerely doubt if a kind of question like this can be seen, but it is possible. Why I say that is tan inverse is not in the calculator, but is in Jamb CBT software. But it's possible for you to still find it. So please just know it in case it comes out this same way. So rockstars, if you found this video helpful, please don't just scroll. Do well to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, like, share and comment. And in the next class, we will be dealing with work, energy and power. You can't afford to miss that class. So please plan and prepare for it. I remain your host, Joshua, living to catch you another day. Shalom.